Hey guys, it's Digital Pixels here. This is Shane.
Digital.
Gradients. Fucking hate the name. Gradient Pixels. I don't even know what that means, but that's what it is. So I'm Shane.
I'm Nick.
And we're going to talk our top 10 most wanted for E3.
Most wanted?
Yeah, well, now that it's over.
Oh, okay.
So it's the most wanted games that we want to play now that it's over and we know what's out. So my number 10 pick is Session, which is the game everyone thought was going to be Skate 4, but turned out to be an indie game, which is awesome because the entire time during the EA press conference, we were both waiting for a Skate 4 announcement and it never came. So yeah, during the Xbox One, or the Xbox presentation, when we saw the skater doing all the flip tricks, we were like, holy fuck, they announced Skate 4 at Microsoft's. That's awesome. But yeah, it turned out to be Session, which is a game that I knew about. I've known about it for a few months. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I did a little bit, but it wasn't anything that I could immediately recognize from the title.
There's been a serious drought in terms of like skate games, so I'm happy to see Session. It looks like a lot of fun. So if we don't get Skate 4, at least we're getting Session. So yeah, that's my number 10.
Cool. Session's on. We're gonna do some honorable mentions at some point, and Session was one of my honorable mentions, just because it's like as weird as it is to classify it like extreme sports games like snowboarding and skateboarding. I really like those. I'm not really a fan of like Madden and FIFA or something, but whenever you see a new game like that, it's like, oh, that's neat. I could see myself actually buying and playing that.
Yeah.
So my number 10 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So we were like, the gaming community was just kind of in a tizzy over whether this was going to be just a port, like the Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, if this was just going to be a port of Smash 4 for the Switch, or if it was going to be a brand new game. And turns out it's a brand new game, but it's also kind of like Smash 4.
Yeah,
it's
like Smash 4.5.
Yeah,
sorta.
They borrow a bunch of assets, but the thing that really just kind of excited me was that they announced that every character from the entire series is going to be in this one game.
Yeah.
And if you add it up, that's nearly 70 playable characters across all the different like skin kind of things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I was gonna say, like, to be fair, a lot of those are just clones.
Yeah.
Like there's basically 3 Links now, but. It is cool because, you know, something that people have been requesting for years is to bring back people like Young Link or Pichu, just for, you know, shits and giggles.
Yeah.
So, and of course, yeah, the biggest one is Snake. That was actually really hype.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it because I didn't think Konami would ever allow that. But I was going to say, if they allow Snake, I want to see Simon Belmont in there. I can't believe it's been 5 Smash games and we still don't have Simon Belmont. That's absolutely ridiculous. So hopefully they announce him.
Really good trailer and just... the new theme, the new cover art, everything. It's exciting.
Yeah, because speaking of the music, I didn't really like Smash 4's theme, so it's just a little thing, but yeah, Smash 5 just has a better aesthetic presentation, the music's better, and I think I would like it more overall. I'm more of a 64 Melee player. If it's not that, I don't really care, but it's still, you know, it looks fun, so I'll wait for him to buy it and then I'll play it later. Number 9 is something that I guess was first announced here. I don't think we've ever seen anything on it before, and so it came as a complete surprise, and it's My Friend Pedro, which is like some crazy over-the-top Max Payne in 2D. It's just like fucking insane. Like when we saw it, we were absolutely fascinated by it. You have like the fucking main character riding on a skateboard and kicking it at an enemy's head and then doing Max Payne shit like in the air.
Yeah, this game is actually my number 4. It's pretty high up on my list. Normally if you look at some of the games back here, like I play a lot of AAA stuff, but Devolver is one company that constantly they always have indies that I'm excited for, like Hotline Miami. I've played both the Hotline Miami games. I think those are sweet. A lot of the stuff that they show is just, it's different enough from everything else that you see, and they always just look fun. Apparently this has been announced before. There's been like some GIFs and other stuff online about the game for a while, but it just looks like a fun romp to just pick up and be like, alright, I'm just gonna do some weird stuff and like kick heads at people and shoot frying pan bullets that ricochet off and people, so it just looked really fun.
I just want more games where you can shoot dodge in the fucking air. Every game should have that. It would make it better. So yeah, I was really excited. The only thing is that it's only on PC and Switch, and I don't have a great PC or a Switch, so I can't play it. I mean, the graphics aren't that intensive. I could try to run it on my PC, but in any case, I'll get around to it sometime.
So my number 9 is probably going to be a surprise to a lot of people that just pick up this video. But my number 9 is Cyberpunk 2077. I am not that big of a fan of the Witcher games. I haven't played 3, which is apparently their best one. That's what everybody's excited for Cyberpunk over, is because Witcher 3 was such a great game. I'm more of a sci-fi person. This will come out on this list because obviously I have some Bethesda games, and I'll say right now one of those is not Elder Scrolls 6, and 2 of those are not Elder Scrolls 6. I'm more interested in sci-fi than fantasy. This is more appetizing to me than The Witcher is. We've been hearing... I wasn't crazy on the trailer when they initially showed it, just because we were like, oh, it's CG, but apparently some behind closed doors demos, people are saying it pretty much looks like that, just in the game's first person and everything like that. So I think it's an exciting game, but seeing as we didn't see the actual gameplay, I didn't feel like putting it higher on the list.
Yeah, I've never played any of the Witcher games. I want to, especially because I really like fantasy. I'm the opposite of him, because he started with Star Wars, but I started with Lord of the Rings. So fantasy is kind of my jam, but I've never played any of the Witcher games, mainly because I don't really want to jump to Witcher 3 without playing the first 2, but I might end up doing that anyway, because from what I've seen of Witcher 1, I think I'd hate it. So I might just jump to Witcher 3, especially because the games are so long. So I just don't want to play like 3 50-hour games in a row. That's too much commitment for me. Number 8 on my list is Metal Wolf Chaos, which is a kind of an obscure game that From Software released like years before they got famous with Demon Souls. And it's a game where you play as the President of the United States in a mech suit, battling the Vice President, who I think is also his brother, from what I've heard. And it's complete with over-the-top, campy voice acting. Richard! I love the old Resident Evil games, for instance. So it sounds awesome. It's getting re-released in HD and widescreen with, I think, improved controls and just all the niceties that come along with an HD remaster. So yeah, I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, we're both pretty recent but big From Software fans.
Like most people, yeah.
Yeah. This game, if you wanted a copy online, like, it was only released in Japan, so it's like a $300 game. So it's nice that we're going to be getting an affordable option to be able to actually play it and enjoy it, because it's From Software is known for like Armored Core, but this is a very different kind of mech game from Armored Core, and it just seems really goofy in comparison to other stuff that they've made. So my number 8 is Death Stranding from the Sony press conference. Yeah, Shane's not too happy about it. I'm intrigued more than anything. Obviously, I like Kojima's games. I like Metal Gear Solid. That's all really I've played. So Death Stranding, it's a very interesting approach to a game. I don't think we've had necessarily a game that has this much star power just in its advertising. We saw some gameplay for the trailer. It's basically just Norman Reedus walking around, but for whatever reason, I can't really describe it, but I was just really content seeing that. It's definitely a game that I'll be getting. I don't know at this point if I would pay $60 for it at launch, but it's definitely a game that I'm really interested in and will get and play at some point.
Yeah, for me with Death Stranding, I was really intrigued by it for a while, and now I just don't give a shit anymore. There's like a million other cool games coming, and I know what they are. They look a lot more fun. I just want to know what it is, and I don't want to watch a 2-hour video of Kojima talking about his celebrity friends to find one detail about the game. I want a 5-minute video explaining what I'm doing in the game. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the Kojima ass-licking. I don't care. If it comes out and it's cool, I'll play it. Otherwise, I do not give a shit. Yeah, I don't have much to say about Death Stranding. Looks boring. Next game. My next game is Nioh 2, which we didn't see a lot of. It was basically just a teaser, but I'm I'm a fan of the former Team Ninja with Tobunobu Itagaki at the helm. After that, I think they're just complete shit until recently, where they started getting their stride back with Dead or Alive 5 and Neo 1. And I just bought Neo, the first one, last night and played it for like an hour or two today. And I think it's a lot of fun. So from what I played, I think I would absolutely be into a Neo 2. Anyway, I don't have a lot to say about Neo 2, just because I haven't played the first one a lot, and there wasn't a lot to say in the trailer, but I'm definitely excited for it. I think it'll be a lot of fun if the first one's any indicator, so I'm down for it.
Yeah, I played the demo, one of the demos that they released a while ago for it. I went into it like expecting it to be kind of Souls clone. It sounds kind of goofy phrasing it this way, but that was like a little bit too much depth that I didn't want to have to deal with. I just kind of wanted to, like, the Souls games are really simplistic in that way, where it's kind of like you go in, you either block and study your enemy, and then you hit and do damage. So it just wasn't really a game for me. I probably won't get Neo 2 either. For my number 7, continuing with the PlayStation theme, it's Ghost of Tsushima. Tsushima, yeah. I was really impressed with the trailer that they showed, because for it just having like what we can assume is a CG trailer from whatever that was, PlayStation Experience or something.
I think that was a CG trailer, but this wasn't.
That was the first time it was announced, the first time we saw anything, and then to show what seemed like gameplay, like it looked very much like gameplay.
That was definitely gameplay.
I've seen some comments online that we're not too sure if this is PS4 gameplay, or if maybe this is like some next-gen tech, because we're obviously seeing like next-gen starting to pop up now. We're like 7 years into this console cycle, which is kind of crazy.
I highly doubt it's next-gen. That'd be kind of stupid not to advertise that.
The art direction is amazing. It's Sucker Punch, and you can kind of see Sucker Punch's DNA in that. Like, there's a section where the character, I forget his name, but he climbs up like on some buildings. It's funny. Tosses like a grappling hook, like climbs up and does some stuff. They have some like Batman Arkham mechanics, it seems like, with the samurai stuff, and they do some neat stuff.
I'm sorry.
It looked cool. New IP. A lot of samurai games this year, but
yeah, which is funny. Yeah, I thought the game looked really, really pretty, but beyond that, I have trouble getting into it. Especially because, like, if there was no other samurai game coming this year, I think I'd be a lot more excited for it, but now that From Software announced they're doing one, and Team Ninja, I feel like I would just enjoy those a lot more, because I'm much more about the gameplay, especially because my favorite genre is, like, stylish action. So I need to see more of, like, from Ghosts, but as of right now, it kind of just seems like you walk around with pretty environments. I would say it has, like, the best art direction out of all the samurai games coming out, but the other ones look a lot more fun, so I'd rather play those. Alright, next is Kingdom Hearts 3, which might come as a surprise to people who know me, because I've been playing the Kingdom Hearts series since I was, like, 5. And I've been a fan ever since, but for whatever reason, my hype just kind of died on this game. I mean, like, it looks pretty and everything, but see, it's funny, because one of my favorite things to talk about in games is, like, game mechanics and how games work, what makes a good combat system, what makes a bad combat system. And the reason why I'm into stuff like that is because of Kingdom Hearts. I have to give a shout out to Biscuit047, who is one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts YouTubers. He's basically the reason why I got into mechanical analysis and stuff like that through Kingdom Hearts. 1 and 2 are really the only ones that I enjoy from the gameplay side nowadays. And the story, everyone knows the Kingdom Hearts story has gotten very convoluted over the years, to the point where, like, I guess I know what's going on, I just don't really care that it is going on. So right now, in terms of Kingdom Hearts 3 hype, I'm really only into it for the fun Disney worlds and the cool visuals and, I guess, the character interaction. Maybe when the game comes out I'll be more excited, but I think it's just that I've been waiting for the game for like 12 years. Technically it was announced in like 2013, but it's been like 12 years since Kingdom Hearts 2, so I think maybe just waiting so long has kind of killed my hype a bit. But when it comes out, maybe I'll I'll love it. Who knows?
My number 6 is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, from Software. They've popped up a couple times here already. Samurai, another one.
Well, yeah, this is Samurai, but I believe the main character is a ninja. Not that it makes much of a difference, but
Yeah.
that's more of like on the gameplay side. But
The reason that I put this one over Ghost of Tsushima is kind of what you already said. Like, it seems more realized at this point. Like, I could see, like, multiple parts of that game coming together in the trailer that they showed. Like you said, it looked fun. We talked about it in the Xbox video, but just like a bunch of the new mechanics that they're adding. It really kind of takes From Software a little bit out of that Souls zone that they've created while still feeling familiar from the look of the gameplay.
yeah, from what we've heard, it's more like a straight up action game this time, where you play as a ninja, not so much an RPG action game, which I don't mind because I like action RPGs and everything, but I have to admit it's kind of nice not having to worry about like collecting armor and being over encumbered. You can just play the game, you know, swap weapons and everything, just simple stuff. But the trade-off is that the combat will be more complex this time, because you can jump in this game, you can grapple onto things, there's some light stealth mechanics. Overall, the game seems really interesting, and I'm sure, you know, it's going to be another From Software Miyazaki-san masterpiece. Number 5 is basically just anything having to do with Yakuza that got announced. So in this case, it's Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise, and Yakuza Kiwami 2. So much Yakuza goodness this year. Yakuza 6 came out in April, which I liked. It wasn't my favorite of the series. It's just kind of okay compared to Yakuza 0, but it's a Yakuza game, so I thought it was still fun as hell. For me, the series just keeps getting better and better and better, so 3 is better than 2 in almost every regard, except for maybe like story. Once again, 4 improves upon 3, 5 improves upon 4. Getting back to the main topic, I won't talk about Yakuza for too long, but I love the games. I love every single game in the series, including Dead Souls, which is a pretty terrible game. I even like that one. So anything Yakuza I will buy. Day one, $60. I don't care. I just want more Yakuza. The other exciting thing about this is I didn't think Fist of the North Star was going to come out. Now that it is coming out, and we got Kiwami 2 coming, and the HD collection, which will come either this year or next year, that means the Samurai games will come eventually. People say, oh, no, they're not going to do it, they're not going to do it. Yes, they will. You owe me $5 if you think they're not coming out. It might be like 3 years from now, but they will come out. Mark my words. So
get that $5 ready.
That's right. Super excited.
So my number 5 is Devil May Cry 5. After the Xbox video, you got your passionate feelings out there, and then went back on it as similar to Kingdom Hearts, casual Devil May Cry fan. I thought it looks cool, and like everybody else seemingly in the community, the trailer's growing on me each time I watch it. I really like the music in it. I think the action looks fine. The gameplay they showed is cool. So
yeah,
I'm excited for it. I'll probably buy it at or around launch. I don't know. I'm not 100% on the $60 purchase yet, but that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. For me, DMC5 is my number 1. Like many people out there, I've been waiting for a sequel to 4 for 10 years. We had to endure that awful reboot. Hopefully there's no reboot fans out there. If there are, I'm not apologizing for anything because I don't like it. But so many of us thought we'd never see a DMC5. We were nervous about it because Capcom always mishandles the franchise. But it turns out that DMC5 has been in development for the last 4 years. 5 when it launches, which is absolutely nuts because no DMC game has ever been in development that long, which means that this is a full-on AAA big budget DMC game, which is incredible. I can't wait to see more. And yeah, like if you watched our video on the Microsoft press conference, I flipped out about DMC5 like a lot of people, so I don't feel too bad about it because I think everyone that saw it was just completely perplexed. Like, first of all, is this DMC Devil May Cry 2? People were pissed about that, and then I saw that it was Nero with the original voice actor and everything. There was some chick smoking a cigarette that was like a hick, and it was like, I don't know what's going on with this game right now. The main reason why I was so surprised was just because I was so intently expecting like a DMC4 Part 2 in terms of aesthetics, and music and everything. So when I saw anything different, I flipped out. And I kept going on the Devil May Cry Reddit, and people kept getting so excited about it. And I saw Itsuno, who's my boy, get so excited about it on stage that I tried to watch the trailer and get excited. And I got over it, and I can't wait for it. I even like the aesthetic now. It's just gonna be awesome. I just got over fucking everything. I don't have a problem with a goddamn thing in the trailer anymore. Except for maybe Nico, who's that hick chick. We'll see. I mean, she's kind of growing on me a little bit, but overall, I just can't wait to see more. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. All right, so my number 4 is Control by Remedy, and we got Sam Lake as the creative director, who's a very handsome man, and he's Max Payne, so I love him so much. Remedy surprised a lot of, or I should say Control surprised a lot of people. It got a great reception at PlayStation. It got huge cheers at the end, which was awesome, especially because I just became a Remedy fan in the last, 2 months. It's also exciting to me because the last few games they've done have been really linear, just story-driven experiences, and I like the story, but this one is supposed to be like a Metroidvania 3D game, which is really, really cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Metroidvania with more of an emphasis on gameplay than story this time. The fact that this is more exploration-based around this mysterious horror-themed, I forget what the building's called, but whatever. It just looks amazing. And all these powers that seem like they were taken from Quantum Break look like a lot of fun. So, yeah, I can't wait. The game looks very tight. I can't wait.
Yeah, Control's not on my list, but I like the trailer too. We were watching the trailer a couple times when after the PlayStation press conference, and we noticed some really cool tweaks, like how when she's using her powers sometimes, she uses psychic powers, but she'll do a finger gun and blast things. So there's little things like that just kind of make it that much more fun to me.
Yeah.
This did look a lot like Quantum Break, off the bat. If you're looking surface level at it, it looks like Quantum Break.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they just really liked the tech they used in that game and were let's just put it with a better idea.
Yeah.
Or if maybe this is some sort of, maybe they're going to try to connect the two. I don't know, but...
Yeah, Remedy's games are supposed to be in a multiverse, so I guess it's implied that Max Payne takes place in the same world as Alan Wake and Quantum Break and everything, so...
Okay.
Yeah, it probably is connected in one way, shape, or form, so...
But yeah, it was a good trailer. My number 4 I already talked about, which was my friend Pedro,
Pedro, you and your friend Pedro.
So I'll go on to my number 3, which was Metro Exodus. I like Metro 2033, I like Last Light. This one looks good. This one looks like the best one of all 3. It looks like you have the most to do. The world looks great. The trailer was really put together well. Not much more to say. I mean, Metro's not really groundbreaking, if that makes sense. They really push for high visual fidelity with their games. Usually, they're kind of like a Crysis on PC, where it's hey, we can run Last Light on this. We know we have a pretty good thing, so...
And not every game has to be revolutionary, but it should be good, unlike Last of Us. I've only played the first Metro game, but I thought the trailer looked incredible. There was just so many different things you could do. So yeah, who knows, maybe I'll end up playing it. I should probably try Metro 1 again, but not on hard this time.
Yeah.
So my number 3 was Sekiro, which we've already talked about, so we're going to move on to my number 2, which is the Resident Evil 2 remake. The trailer I thought was awesome. Starting off with the rat in first person was, first of all, a really creative idea. And I never would have guessed it was Resident Evil until the zombies started attacking. Capcom has a track record of 2 or 3 amazing trailers, because Resident Evil 7 was a great trailer, Devil May Cry 5 was a great trailer, and this is also an amazing trailer. And when I first saw Leon in the new graphics, I was absolutely in love. It looked so perfect. With Resident Evil 2, he has a very oh, I'm Leon Kennedy, Jesus Christ, and everything. So it was really cool that they brought that back. It seems like a weird thing to get caught up on, but it's really cool that they kind of made that callback to the original series, rather than just using one of the modern voices for him. But he looked awesome. The entire thing was just amazing. The only thing that could have made it better is if they had fixed cameras, which is something I really wanted, but I wasn't really that torn up about it. Really, I don't have much more to say. It just looks fucking phenomenal. I can't wait to play it. It looks really scary too. Might be the scariest Resident Evil game, because I never really thought the series was scary until like 7 and this one. So it's very exciting to actually have scary Resident Evil back. So
this trailer does get me very excited because with the Resident Evil 7 trailer, like you brought up, when they announced it, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, Resident Evil. Like it's a memorable name, that it looks different because it was the first one to be in first person and everything. Actually, like, it looked good comparing it to Resident Evil 6 and everything. But it didn't really fill me up with like that excitement because I wasn't really connected to the series. I was just kind of like, oh, it's Resident Evil, like, that's neat. I probably won't buy it. This one, just the visuals alone, like, I was like, wow, that looks far and away a lot better, in my opinion, than even Resident Evil 7 looked. Again, I don't know anything, but there's something called a licker. There's that one shot where the licker kills somebody. That looks creepy as hell. That looks like one of the scariest things that I think I've ever seen in a game. It might even be enough for me to like start playing the series before it comes out, just to play that. So, my number 2. Nice. Gotta get reorganized here. Keep it lively.
I'm back starting to hurt.
My number 2 is Fallout 76. In case you haven't noticed, I'm kind of a Fallout fan. This game is definitely different than what we're used to, but I'm very optimistic about it. Like Todd said, they've always wanted to know what their style of game would be like with multiplayer, and I've always kind of had that same chat with my friends. It's like, man, it'd be cool if we just, like, maybe 2 or 3 of us can go around and explore, and that's what we're getting in this game. They're obviously changing a lot that fans are used to. Fallout Shelter was a Fallout game, very different from Fallout 3 and 4, but it had the same iconography, the same style. I view this game more like that. It's fundamentally different from Fallout 3 and 4, so I'm not really expecting the same kind of experience, but it's still Fallout. So, other than that, I'm excited. I already pre-ordered the Power Armor Edition, which I didn't think I was ever going to do for another Bethesda one after the Pip-Boy, but they sold me on that, so...
I think what they're doing is really interesting, but I feel like it also has the potential to be kind of iffy.
It's a very risky game for them.
Yeah, especially because Todd Howard went out and said, hey, the world's going to be 4 times bigger than Fallout 4, and obviously that always garners applause, but that always makes me worry that the world is going to be more empty, and there's just a lot of walking, which I don't really care for. I haven't played a Bethesda game in a long time, so I can't really say how good their map design is. You know, I remember it from Fallout 3. I thought it was fun. So
there has been a no-clip documentary about the making of Fallout 76 where they talk about some of that stuff. It is a more rural area, so it's not going to be as dense as some of the cities that they've made. But it seems from how they're designing it, there's 6 unique zones, and they visually look different from each other. So it's not just going to be like grass the entire field. But yeah, it looks cool. So my number 1... also from Bethesda is Starfield. They barely showed anything. It was just a tease, but watch it. I'm aware of what Bethesda can do. Their games, like, when you look at them, you know it's a Bethesda Game Studios game. And
very glitchy.
Yes. As Todd said at the press conference, it's been 25 years since they've worked on something that wasn't Elder Scrolls or Fallout related. So just the prospects of having a brand new universe to explore, I was just thinking about it the other day, and I was like, this could be the Bethesda Game Studios equivalent of like a Mass Effect or a Star Wars. And we've seen what they're able to do with Elder Scrolls, with the different races, like the reptiles and the cat Khajiit people. Like, to just apply that to a different thing and then have it be next gen, have it with new technology, for it showing basically nothing. It's the one that got me the most excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
What is wrong?
I don't know, I'm getting delirious. I'm really interested in Starfield. I think it has the potential to be really interesting. Obviously, we don't know a whole lot about it right now. But you can put me down on the list for the excited people.
Okay. So that was our top 10 for E3 2018 after the show. Put down in the comments what you guys liked from the show. Shane's laughing at something, so I'm sure we'll see you in the next video.
See you soon.